श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री सद्गुरु परमात्मने नमः। सर्वमहर्षिभ्यो नमः। 24th श्लोक। नभस्पृशं दीप्तमनेकवर्णं व्याप्ताननं दीप्तविशालनेत्रं दृष्ट्वा हि त्वां प्रव्यथितान्तरात्मा धृतिं न विन्दामि शमं च विष्णो। Substance. Having seen thy cosmic form touching the sky, flaming in many colors, with mouths wide open, with large and fiery eyes, terrified at heart, I find not either courage or peace. 25th श्लोक। दंष्ट्राकरालानि च ते मुखानि दृष्ट्वैव कालानलसन्निभानि दिशो न जाने न लभे च शर्मा प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवासा। Substance. Having seen thy mouths horrid with tusks, blazing like the fire of Pralaya, I do not see the four quarters, nor find peace. Be gracious, O Lord of the Lords, abode of the universe. 26th श्लोक। अमे च त्वां धृतराष्ट्रस्य पुत्राः सर्वे साहैवावनिभालसङ्गैः भीष्मो द्रोणः सूतपुत्रास्तथासौ सहस्मादीयैरपि योद्धमुख्यैः। 27th श्लोक। वक्त्राणि ते त्वरमाना विशन्ति दंष्ट्राकरालानि भयानकानि केचिद्विलग्ना दिशनान्तरेषु संदृश्यन्ते चूर्णितैरुत्तमाङ्गैः। Substance. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, together with the hosts of kings of the earth, Bhishma, Drona and Karna, and also together with the chief warriors on our side, enter hurrying into thy mouths, fearful with tusks and horrid. Some caught in the gates between the teeth are found with their heads crushed to powder. Commentary. In Paramatma, who is time, there is no division of past, present and future. Therefore, Arjuna sees in the cosmic form the whole vision of the future. He finds the Kauravas, the kings, Bhishma, Drona, Karna and also warrior chiefs on his own side, hurrying into the horrid mouth of the Lord. What does this mean? All beings come out of the Lord and go back into him. All time is one universal present for the Lord. He is time. He is beyond time. The idea of the division of time is created in him. The vision of Arjuna should be a revelation to every human being. All that appears to exist in the various shapes and forms as wife, children, wealth and possessions, kingdoms and powers are crushed to death under the mighty chariot wheel of time. Nothing remains of the fond illusions which the little mind of man is dreaming of in this world. Knowing this, who will cling to them desperately? He knows that they will pass off like summer clouds. Then will arise true dispassion, Vairagya, when man frees himself from the 1,000 bonds of earthly attachments and connections. To see the future in the present is knowledge. The Jiva visualizes death and the dissolution of the body in the present moment itself. He is then free from attachment, free from fear, free from the dualities of pleasure and pain, etc. He realizes that the Lord alone is the immortal reality. Thus he becomes a true devotee and yearns for immortality and the realization of the truth. Therefore, let all aspirants see and understand the vision of Arjuna and become truly dispassionate amidst the wonderful delusions of earthly life. 28th श्लोका। यथा नदीनां बहोम्बुवेगाः समुद्रमेवाभिमुखा द्रवन्ति तथा तवामि नरलोकवीरा विशन्ति वक्त्राण्यभिवज्वलन्ति। Substance. As the innumerable water currents of rivers flow verily into the ocean, so these warriors of the earth enter thy flaming mouths. 29th Shloka. यथा प्रदीप्तं ज्वलनं पतङ्गा विशन्ति नाशाय समृद्धवेगाः तथैव नाशाय विशन्ति लोकास्तवापि वक्त्राणि समृद्धवेगाः. Substance. Just as moths for destruction rush into the flaming fire with quickened speed, so also these worlds rush into thy flaming mouths for destruction with quickened speed. 30th Sloka. लेलिह्यसे ग्रसमानः समन्ता लोकान् समग्रान् वदनैज्वलब्धिः तेजोभिरापूर्य जगत्समग्रं भाषस्तवोग्राः प्रतपन्ति विष्णो. Substance. O Vishnu, devouring all the worlds on all sides with thy flaming mouths, you lick thy fierce rays are burning with radiance, filling the whole universe. 31st Shloka. आख्याहि मेको भवानुग्ररूपो नमोऽस्तु ते देववरप्रसीद विज्ञातुमिच्छामि भवन्तमाद्यं न हि प्रजानामि तव प्रवृत्तिम्. Substance. Tell me who thou art of fierce form. Salutations to thee. O God Supreme, have mercy. I know not thy action. I wish to know thee, the virginal being. Commentary. The amazement of Arjuna on seeing the terrible cosmic form devouring the whole universe and the utter humility in praying to the Lord for mercy and illumination are the marks of true devotion. So should the devotee seek for the Lord's grace and mercy. The Lord reveals who He is. 32nd Shloka. Sri Bhagawanuvacha. कालोऽस्मि लोकक्षये प्रवृद्धो लोकान् समाहर्तुमिह प्रवृत्तः ऋतेऽपि त्वा न भविष्यन्ति सर्वे एव स्थिताः प्रत्यनीकेषु योधाः. Substance. The blessed Lord said, I am time, world destroying and mighty, now engaged in destroying the worlds. Even without you, these warriors in hostile armies shall not live. 33rd Sloka. तस्मात्तमुत्तिष्ठ यशोलभस्व जित्वा शत्रुं भुङ्क्ष्व राज्यं समृद्धं मयैवैते निहिताः पूर्वमेव निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन्. Substance. Therefore stand up and obtain glory, conquer the enemies and enjoy an unraveled kingdom. Verily, by me they have already been slain. Be you a mere instrument, O Arjuna. Commentary. Nimitta Matram. The Lord commands Arjuna to fight and obtain the kingdom of glory. But he makes it clear that Arjuna is nothing more than a mere instrument in the inexorable scheme of time, carrying out the will of God, by whom all the enemy armies have already been destroyed. Mayaivaite nihatah purvameva. The very cause of Arjuna's grief is the deluded feeling that he is the doer and that he is to kill his relations and friends. The God now reveals to him that he is not the slayer, but the Lord is in the cosmic form of time has already destroyed them, and that Arjuna is to be merely an instrument. It is the greatest secret to know that man is not really the doer. The sense of doership is the cause of bondage. Ahankara vimudhatma kartaramamiti manyate. It is the Lord with his inscrutable power of Maya that does everything. Knowing this, the wise man is not deluded. By giving up the thought of doership, man releases himself from the bondage of karma and attains the liberated state. Savyasachin. Arjuna was capable of using the arrows with his left hand also. 34th Sloka. Dronam cha Bhishmam cha Jayadratam cha Karnam tathanyanapि yoddhaviran maya hataastvam yahima vyatishta युद्धश्वचेतासि रणै सपत्नान्. Substance. Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and other brave warriors, these have already been slain by me. You do kill them. Be not distressed with fear. Fight, and you shall conquer the enemies. Commentary. Ma Vyadistaha. Do not fear. This again is the Mahamantra of the Gita, a single word into which the essence of the Gita is distilled. Fearlessness, courage, spirit of action. These are taught in the Gita as the main doctrines of life. Having surrendered everything to the Lord, having understood that He is the real actor in this wonderful drama of life, why should man fear when he is working as a mere instrument in the hands of God? Self surrender and righteous action cannot have the seeds of fear in them. Therefore, the Lord exhorts Arjuna to carry out his duty without any fear. In daily life, man is caught in fearful circumstances and confronted with formidable obstacles. Everyone knows this. In such moments, if Lord's exhortation is remembered, man is inspired with the higher power which will enable him to overcome all the obstacles in the way. No one should give up his duty out of fear. Yudhyasva, fight. That is what the Lord wants everyone to do according to his status in life. The duties of life are prescribed for all, and each man has to perform them without fear or cowardice. The word jetasi, you shall conquer, and declares victory as the fruit of action. Thus, if a man surrenders himself to the Lord and fights the battle of life righteously, he is sure to obtain victory. Where Sri Krishna is, there is victory. Though Bhishma and others are still alive, Lord declares them to be already dead. Hataha. What does this mean? In the 27th verse, the secret has been revealed. The Lord is time, not time as we see it divided into past, present, and future, but eternity, in which there cannot be any of these divisions manufactured by the limited mind of man. The past, present, and future are one in eternal time. So the future of man is easily foreseeable by the divine vision. So the enemy warriors are dead already, killed by the Lord in the cosmic aspect of time. Man should learn a great lesson from this. He will find out that what he is considering worthy and pleasant, all the relations and friends, all the treasures and loves and hatreds, are already dead and gone, though appearing to live. Death then loses its power over the wise man who regards everything as entering the blazing mouths of the cosmic form. The worlds are also dead and gone. Why then this clinging to a little bit of flesh? Why then weep and wail for the loss of this or that? Time takes away all. Nay, it is all taken away already. Thus, knowing the wise man is not deluded, renunciation, vairagya, comes to him spontaneously. Lord Buddha thought of this inevitable sequence of human life and was inspired to find out that which does not die in the midst of death. That question comes to all at one time or other. The answer also comes in due course. The self of man is beyond death. Realizing the self Atma, man is freed from the shadow of death. He acquires immortality in the world.